What's up, sexy people? Today we're going to talk about beginner's guide to real estate investing for nightly rentals, Airbnbs, VRBOs, you name it. We're going to talk about it today. I'm so excited to break this down because, again, this was my first type of investing and it really ignites me so much still today. As you can tell, I'm sure I'm very passionate about this. Nightly rentals are so amazing. End of story. All right, so we're going to talk about the beginning side of investing in an Airbnb. First things first, ask yourself, have you ever stayed in an Airbnb before? If you haven't, probably should do that once at least. And especially the type of nightly rental or Airbnb you would like to have. So if you're like, oh, I just want a really cheap, a basement apartment or basement little studio downstairs to rent out, then you should go stay at one of those that has a 5-star. That's what you should do. Because then you're gonna have a lot better reference on what they're doing, how they're doing it, their customer service, maybe the linens, maybe just the ambiance in which they set up for their house and how they set up the nightly rental as it sits. That would be in the key drop off, just like the whole flow of what that looks like. If you've already done that, then the next step of owning a nightly rental or Airbnb would to create an Airbnb account. Go through, learn what nightly Airbnb requests of you. If you're just going to use that website, it does make it a lot easier, and maybe VRBO, maybe you can kind of do 2 of those. But maybe just to get started, I would just do Airbnb. They do have a little bit more pull on the market than any other platform, so that's good. And they also have a better insurance policy than the other platforms that I have seen. So there's that as a little tip as a beginner's guide. The next thing that I would do is interview, just in case you need somebody to manage your property. If you don't want to be washing linens, if you don't want to be cleaning up after really nasty things, then having a property management company do that for you, it is specifically just for nightly rentals. It's a really good idea. And this is why I don't recommend actually managing it yourself. Couple reasons. One, you're never going to retire if you're the management company. You're never going to. And you might think, oh, well, but I'm saving 10% or 18% or 20% by managing it myself. Are you? Time is money, my friend. Time is money. Are you gonna get that phone call at 2 in the morning that they said that they, flushed a G.I. Joe down the toilet and now it's flooding the entire house? Do you want to take care of that? Are you getting paid to fish out G.I. Joes out of the toilet? No, sorry, you don't get paid enough to do that. And your time is much more valuable finding the next deal. Looking at how to make your specific property more enticing. Those are all things that's going to make more money. Not hiring a plumber to go and pull out, and managing the phone call and the complaints and all that. You can only manage 1, maybe 2 if you do it that way. I did manage my first nightly rental and my second nightly rental, and then that's when I got wise and was like, oh my gosh, I never want to do that again. Because there are other people that are way better at that than I am, and that's just not what I'm really good at. I don't want to be on call 24/7. Sorry, I just don't want to be. That would be the next step, and then really running your analysis on the property. So some of those property management companies can actually do that for you, but if the company that you're looking at or maybe in your area doesn't offer that, then I would simply go to Airbnb and I would click on your address of where you're wanting to purchase this property, or maybe you already own it and you're just wanting to convert it into a nightly rental. Then Recon happens, right? So in investing, you always need to figure out a comp to support the reason why you're wanting to create the nightly rental in the first place. If, let's say, you click on your house that you're wanting to buy, your apartment or whatever, you see that there's no nightly rentals. There's no Airbnb at all in that area. What's the chances that you're going to be successful? Probably not very good. It could be for a couple reasons. One, it could be that they don't allow it. So you got to do more recon than you probably thought. Absolutely, one of the first things before you buy the property, you should be calling the city or the county and finding out if they allow nightly rentals. So nightly rentals, I would call up the city and be like, okay, I'm talking to planning management company, I'm talking to planning department, really get details from them because I've had all sorts of scenarios happen to me and it's because I didn't do proper due diligence. Now, obviously I'm a psycho on the phone with these people, right? Like I know everything there possibly is about the city on their nightly rental scenario so that they can't take it away from me, because that's the thing you don't want them to do. I had a nightly rental where it was cash flowing like $5,000 a month. It was freaking amazing. And then all of a sudden the city was like, notice of default or notice of termination if your home is on a nightly rental platform after today. So it was a 1-day notice. Then we'll charge you $1,500 every day that it's still on there. What? So that's what I would just say, is just simply really do a lot of recon, you become a detective as an investor in all aspects. Like, I can't tell you how many phone calls I have to make sure that it's a good deal. You just want to know what you're getting in bed with, right? Because you're married to it for a while. Okay, now you've done a little recon, but really what you need to do is go to nightly rentals, right? Different websites, and go to AirBNB and say, okay, how much competition do I have? One, what are they charging? Can it offset my mortgage that I have on the house? Can it offset, you just need to know all the numbers. So that's hopefully very helpful as far as like where to even start looking, right? And then how to figure out if it's actually going to be a cash flowing property. And then you'll have to figure out if your city or county can actually hold a nightly rental or can allow it, right? So that it's legal. Those are all really great things to start with. That is your beginning stages of owning a nightly rental. Hopefully that was helpful. With that being said, I would actually like to dive in a lot deeper. As you can imagine, there's hours and hours of training on this. So I would like to encourage you to jump on a free coaching call that myself, my husband, and my team of elite coaching staff has opened up for you, specifically just for you. That's right, it's free, and you get a one-on-one call with us to break down what you're looking to do. Thanks, you guys. See you on the flip side.